Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let us begin. This looks good. Hello everyone, and welcome to Chinatown Confessions. I don't know which episode this will be. Maybe episode 2, and it could be episode 5 or 6. As I mentioned in my first Chinatown Confessions episode, I shoot here all the time, either with my iPhone or my Pocket Osmo or whatever camera I have. And I just use it like a journal. I have tons of journals with me. These are the Plotter Japan, and I'll embed some video, some B-roll that I took. When I come here, it is really my second office and also my third place, which is the place that I spend time with. I used to always meet people here and we'd just talk about things, but lately I've been coming alone and I've been finding it more productive. I can sit down, I can have lunch, I can have milk tea. This is my second cup, and so let me just... Thank you, Michelle, for always topping up my milk tea. But I come here and I plan out videos, I plan out shoots, I plan out projects. And as I mentioned in my last video, or depending on what episode this is, I do shoot with my X-Pro3 and the 35 f1.4 or my Fujilux. Today was a good day because it was pouring rain, and so I had to walk with my big backpack here and an umbrella. And it is nice to have an autofocus rangefinder style camera with me when it's raining. And so I'll embed some of the photos I took while I was walking here, as well as some photos that I took while I was here. Gordon, the chef, he walked past and I asked if I can take a few pictures with him. And maybe I'll ask Michelle too. She's a little bit more shy. And just people coming in and out of here. And so this is the back booth. The reason why I shoot it, Chris from Chris Meets Chris says I should shoot the other way around and show more ambience of what's happening in the restaurant, but I didn't want to have people on camera if they didn't really want to be on camera. So this way it's a bit safer. People can walk past me here to the washroom and you don't catch anyone on camera that don't want to be on camera, but we'll see. Maybe we'll shoot some over in the middle booths or a little bit further up. And I am taking up the large booth, and I'm by myself, so I do feel kind of guilty taking the big booth. But you know, I'm really spread out. I'll maybe again insert a little bit of B-roll, but I'm spread out quite a bit here. I have the X-Pro3 with me. I also have the SL2 with the Light Lens Lab helicoid adapter, and with my favorite 28mm f2, the Summicron V1 though, so it has that honking lens hood. So one day I do hope to get one of the more modern 28mm Summicrons, and I do hope that just like the L mount, they have the 28 apochromatic version of the Summicron in L mount. They don't have a M mount version of it, so I think a 28mm Summicron Apo M with the helicoid close focusing adapter will be amazing. But for now, to get close focusing, I need to attach it on to the SL, which is fine. I've been shooting it this way since the start because I love this lens, but it changes the character of this lens because it allows me to do, like here, let's just show you here. I'm going to activate the helicoid. I'm going to just put this microphone down. Just, you know what, it is pretty noisy here, and so that's why I hold it up to my mouth. But here, f2, minimum focus, right, at 0.7, but when I activate the helicoid, I'll show you how close I can get. So here, let's first of all do 0.7. So let's just take this off around my neck. So 0.7, this is not even 0.7. I can't get far back enough. But when I activate the helicoid, I'll show you how close I can get with this 28. This is how close it is. That's pretty darn close versus way back here. So it really does transform the older 0.7 minimum focus Leica cameras like this lens, and I shoot it in a way that I'm just not used to because it just wasn't possible. So this is one really good reason. I just posted my video on choosing which should be your first Leica camera, and if you are thinking about the most versatile, definitely it will be the SL, and I highly recommend the SL2 because the prices on it is just amazing. It's really hard to beat the price of the SL2. And this 47 megapixel sensor, I really love it. It's noisy at higher ISOs, but those of you guys know I do shoot a lot with a tripod, either with an M or with SL or whatever camera, just because you could do like light trails. I'll post some of the pictures I've been taking of Dom in his Cadillacs over in the Brentwood district, and it doesn't matter if it's an M or an SL. I just love tripod photography. So then I just shoot at ISO 800 or ISO 400. You know, I have a 3-second exposure or 2-second exposure. There's even a photo I took, I posted on Instagram. It was a 3-second exposure on a tripod. I wasn't expecting it, but a car pulled up and they put their high beams into the park in the middle of the night. And I'm thinking they probably thought, what is this crazy dude doing in the park? And so it was a 3-second exposure with the SL2, and I think I had the Sigma 24mm DGDN or DCDN, the contemporary lens, and really cool photo. And I'll even show like punched in a little bit. It just looks amazing. And so it's good to have a tripod with you at all times. And so this is a really great tool that I have, that I use. But on a day like today, I want to be light, I want to be compact, and also I want that kind of rangefinder style. I do, as you can see, I do shoot it in the optical viewfinder mode. You can see that you can see my eye. It's not the EVF mode, although I do have the little tiny EVF on the corner. So you can either go full EVF, full OVF, or go OVF with a little EVF, and that helps with both focus, also helps with exposure, and also film simulations. And so that's kind of how I basically shoot with this. And this is a 35-1.4, so it's like a 50mm equivalent, and you really get to see outside the frame lines, which is one of the great advantages of shooting like a true rangefinder, like an M. And I also have with me, as I mentioned, the Deluxe 8. It is a great compact point and shoot. It is not a replacement of a Q series camera. This does not have the resolution of the Q. Image quality is going to, I mean, this is a micro four thirds sensor. It has a Leica look. The Deluxe series with the LX series sister camera with Panasonic have always used Leica technology glass. So even the Panasonic said Leica lens on there. So it has a Leica look, but for product photography, I'll embed some pictures. Every time I come here, of course, I do use my iPhone for quick images that I want to share on social. But if I want like a really good quality product photo with good deep depth of field, then using a camera like a Deluxe here is a perfect tool for me. So I even shot some video B-roll with this because I had my iPhone in some of the shots. And so having the Deluxe as my point and shoot, way more versatile than having something like a Ricoh GR, because the GR, it's a single focal length. And although I am a 28mm shooter, if I'm doing product photography, if I'm doing scouting, if I'm doing other things, it is great. You're compromising on sensor size and megapixels, but again, I'm not using this as my primary camera. I have cameras like the X-Pro3 and the SL2 and my M10R and other, like, I don't want to call them real cameras, but you know, like cameras where if I'm being paid for my images, or if I have a collaboration where people say, hey Taki, I really need a high resolution picture of, just 1 second here, let me just take another milk tea break. If I, sorry, let me continue. If I am doing some, I don't want to call it serious work, because you can take serious photos with the Deluxe 8. I will do a review of the Deluxe 8. I'll embed an image that I took, or two that I took when I was in Italy. You could take amazing photos with this, either in the day or at night. Because it's a micro four thirds sensor and the megapixel count is reasonably low, even in low light, like ISO 3200, no problem. I didn't mind shooting a higher ISO with the Deluxe 8 because this is a lower megapixel, so the pixel density is not horrible. That low light ISO 800 to 1600 is usually what I have this camera at, and again, I don't mind pixels. I don't mind grain because I do shoot with film, and so I really enjoy shooting with this camera. So right now with me is the X-Pro3, the Deluxe 8, and the SL2 for kind of like that. With that close focusing, I can also do product photography with this, and I have done it here with the SL2, and maybe I'll embed that in here. But you know, when you're shooting at f2, you just bokeh out or tone out everything in the background, and that's not always ideal. And if I want to get the same kind of depth of field, the deep depth of field that I would get on my iPhone or the Deluxe 8, I'd be like at f16 or f11, which then pushes the ISO up to 6400. And so the advantage of the full frame is kind of lost, other than the 47 megapixel resolution in this, when you have to go to f16, right? So this for shallow depth of field if I'm doing product photography or if I need that resolution. But if I need to punch in, then again, these are all primes that I have. I can get like a 24-70 Sigma for the SL2, but it's not worth the size and weight to me. I'd rather shoot it either with primes, like the 35 Apo, which is a really, really sharp lens, or put on something like this with my 28, transform the lens, being able to do close focus with the light lens lab helicoid adapter, and yeah, keep on shooting. The last time I was here, the last two times, actually the last couple of weeks, I've been playing with the Heritage Salt and Pepper Collection Sling. I have been using the backpack as well. This is a really good backpack. It's a premium backpack compared to the Pilot series because you have a lot of leather and the material is more premium than a regular Pilot. And this is still a backpack. It's a big cavity in the middle, but you do have side pockets. You do have the big front pocket here and the main compartment. You got zippers everywhere. It's a really well organized. So if you like backpacks, and there is some kind of, there's one little pocket on the inside where you can't put your camera, but in general, you need your own packs. And I do have this, I forgot what Wotencraft calls these things, but these are like camera cubes that you use on the Easy Pack backpack. So I put the SL in here, and then the Deluxe goes into these camera pouches, and then the DJI has its own little pouch. And then the X-Pro3 is around my neck. And so I have everything kind of packed away. And so on a rainy day like this, I'm not accessing my bag that often. So having this on my back, X-Pro3 is weather sealed. This lens is not, and so I am careful. I do have an umbrella, so that's more than enough. Yeah, I'm happy out and about shooting, having a backpack, having actually even my umbrella. I'll be right back. Check out my umbrella. What do you see there? This is a Wotencraft umbrella. That's part of their holiday gift program, and this was from I think 2 or 3 years ago. So go check out if you buy their products and you hit certain price points, you get free gifts, and the umbrella was one of the free gifts from a couple of years ago, and I love this umbrella. And so check out what they currently have. I think I do. Did I bring one more camera with me? Yes, I did. I brought this little pouch. I would love if they sell this, but Wotencraft's pretty strict about their holiday gift program. Is not for sale, and then it has this lobster clasp with Molly in the back. But in here, I always walk around with the film camera. This is the Rollei 35S, and this is the original focus by scale version. And this is on loan from TJ from the shop. So hey TJ, just so you know, I still have this. And in fact, I might go visit him after I finish my, one more sip here. I might go visit TJ, and so if I do, either I'll record more, insert B-roll, insert a still or something, but I think after this, I'll pack up, go visit TJ, and then head back home and then edit another video and post. I'm trying to post a video a day to the end of the year, and so we'll see what happens. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm just trying to figure out which camera to close with. I started with the X-Pro3, right? So I think I'll end with the Deluxe 8. And so thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Let me just punch in a little bit. Zoom and happy shooting. Click, click, click. Peace.